All right, well, it's Christmas Eve and I'm pretty excited. So, just a few weeks ago, I had paid off all my student loans. So, I graduated in May of 2014, and right after graduation, I backpacked around Europe and things like that, and then been working ever since, obviously, um, in northern Terre Haute at a company called Novellus um, as an electrical engineer. So, I've been working really hard to pay off all my student loans, and took me 2.5 years, and I paid off all my student loans. So that was really cool for me. Um, so that was nice, but I was out of debt for about 5 hours, and me and my mom have been talking a lot, and she has like her own little cleaning business and stuff, and she's her truck's been breaking down a lot and hasn't been able to get back and forth from work, and always has to rely on a friend or a family member to help her out and things like that. So me and her got to talking, and at first we started looking at vehicles, and I was gonna get her. I was just gonna pay like $4,000 to get her some little car at some little car dealership here in Terre Haute for like a little Lincoln, and we decided to hold off and just keep looking. And well, eventually, after she had kept looking for a while, she came across Ray Skillman in Indianapolis, and the car dealer there, I guess, was someone like she went to high school with, and found her car that she really liked, and she sent me pictures and stuff, and wanted me to go look at it. So, like I said, literally that same day, I paid my last student loan or whatever. I That was a Friday, so I drove to Indianapolis to look at that car, and my mom actually had never seen this car. She drove the same vehicle, and she knew she liked it and stuff like that, and it just wasn't the right color. Didn't have a sunroof. Just a few little minor things. But my mom's not picky. She would, like I said, she would have taken anything. She would have took that $4,000 Lincoln. Actually, she wanted, to be honest, she wanted me to give her the old Cavalier that I'm driving, that she bought back in like 2003 or 2004. She bought the Cavalier with intentions of giving that to me when I had graduated high school. Um, and true to her promise, she did that. So I'm still driving the same 2004 Chevy Cavalier that she gave me years ago, and it's not the prettiest thing anymore, but it gets me from point A to point B. So that's all that I can ask, really. Um, so, anyways, yeah, she kept looking, and she narrowed it down to the make and the model that she likes and stuff like that. It was just trying to find the right color and finding the right price and things like that. So I talked to the car dealer, took it for a test drive, all that, and checked it all out, made sure everything was cool and everything was good. And um, yeah, like I said, I ended up buying it and stuff. So I was there for a few hours and doing all the paperwork and signing everything, trying to get the numbers the way I wanted them and things like that. And uh, ended up calling my mom later that night or whatever after I left the dealership. And I'm a terrible liar. Like I just don't really lie, especially to my mom. So that's like the hardest thing to do. So, but I lied to her. I told her because it was so close to Christmas. I was like, well, if I buy it now, I might as well give it to her for Christmas. So I called her and told her, hey, we just couldn't get the numbers to what I wanted to pay and things like that. So I'm sorry, mom, but we're just gonna have to keep looking. But I promise I'm gonna get you something eventually. And she was a little bummed. I could tell that she really liked it and stuff. So kind of felt bad for lying to her. And plus, I think she's buying it. So like I said, I'm not a good liar. So it was like hard to try to convince her or whatever that I didn't buy it. But I think she's actually bought it. For these last like 2 weeks. I think she's like believing it because on Facebook and stuff, she's still like looking for cars and stuff, which I kind of feel bad about because she's still like wasting her time and things like that, looking for vehicles and stuff, and still struggling to get back and forth from work and stuff. So I do feel bad about that, but I think it'll be cool because if she actually believes that I haven't got her a vehicle, I think she'll be pretty excited and pretty blown away that I actually did get her the car that she wanted. So pretty excited to finally give it to her. Like I said, it's Christmas Eve, so I'm either gonna try to give it to her today at this family get together that we have to do, or I might hold off and give it to her tomorrow because we're having Christmas at my brother's. So I'm just trying to figure out like a cool way to give it to her or whatever. So I'm in Terre Haute right now at my house, about to get out of here and make the drive to Indianapolis. My buddy Jesse, he allowed me to store it in his garage, so I really appreciate that, Jesse. Thank you very much. And big thank you to Austin as well. Austin helped me go out there to the dealership and pick up the vehicle so I could get it over to Jesse's and put it in his garage. So big thank you to you guys as well. So yeah, here's my 2004 Chevy Cavalier that she bought for me. Back when I think I was still in middle school when she actually bought it for me. It's not the prettiest thing anymore. We used to have it parked under like a sap tree or something, so I'm not sure if that's what caused the paint to peel away or if it's just the something they're notorious for and just being so old or whatever. And then I got this big dent in the side. That was my actual first wreck. I was like 23 years old just a few years ago. And I almost rear-ended somebody and had to swerve real quick, so that caused that. And then so yeah, you can see the paint's peeling everywhere. Then over here, HR lady at work hit me, so decided not to get it fixed since all the paint's peeling off, and got this dent over here that I had caused probably a few months prior to her doing that anyway. So figured, what the heck, might as well just keep driving it the way it is. But yeah, so that's my vehicle. Still gets me from point A to point B, and like I said, my mom wanted me to give this back to her, and she wanted me to give this back to her so that way the next vehicle I got, she could or all that, it would be for me, it wouldn't be for her. She doesn't like the fact that I'd be spending all that money on a vehicle for her. So, but it's only got 138,000 miles and sat on ISU campus for the longest and things like that, so it still gets me from point A to point B. So I couldn't just give this back to her and let her drive something like this. I figured it'd be better to get her, you know, something that's hers and something that can last her for a long time. That's why I decided not to get her the used Lincoln and decided to get her something a little more new. Alright, so here it is. Like I said, it's a 2014 Mazda CX-5. So it's not brand spanking new, but it's only got a little over 12,000 miles on it. So it's basically new. So it's the make and the model that she wanted. Like I said, she didn't actually test drive this one or actually see it. She was actually looking at a different one that was black. But there's all her paperwork and stuff. And then let's see, there's her little bow I'm gonna try to put on it in a little bit. And she's got a few little gifts back there. That's a Keurig or whatever, so nothing special, but I just want to get her a few other little things. But yeah, she's a little over 12,000 miles, so it's basically new, so it's nice. She'll like it for sure either way. Like I said, truthfully she wanted the Cavalier back, but I couldn't allow her to get that, drive something like that. She deserves so much more. So like I said, yeah, she deserves, you know, so much more. So giving her the Cavalier back and buying myself something, just I couldn't allow that. So Cavalier still does me good. It's got a few little flaws in it, sure. It's not the prettiest no more, and you know, I don't even have my rear view mirror, and it's got a few dents in it and the paint's coming off. I mean, yeah, there's stuff wrong with it, sure, but I couldn't give it back to her. She deserves so much more. You know, she's did everything in her power to raise me right and allow me to become the man that I am. And I remember growing up, you know, we didn't always have, you know, the best things, didn't have the most money and stuff, but she always somehow managed to get me every single thing that I needed. And for the most part, at least, it seemed like I got mostly what I wanted too. Like she bent over backwards and to make ends meet, and then went the extra mile to give me and my brother, the things that we wanted. She never had to do that. She had a rough, life coming up, so for her to do everything she can to raise me right. And then, like I said, she bought me that car, or she bought herself that car with intentions of giving it to me once I graduated high school. So just doing this just as a little treat to her. She's been through hell and back, and it's just the smallest gesture I could do to just to show her that I appreciate her, and I am very thankful that she's my mother, and that she raised me right. So it was quite ironic. I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now just thinking about it. But when I bought this SUV for her, the very first song that came on after I drove off the lot was Cole Swindell, "You Should Be Here." And it's just funny because when me and my mom first heard that song, we were talking, and it makes us think of my dad, about how he should be here and how he's missed a lot of good memories and a lot of opportunities to share holidays and share special memories that we all have together. But he's watching over us from above and things like that. So it's just kind of funny, I guess, for that to be the very first song after I get this for her. Mom, I just wanted to thank you for every single thing you've ever done for me and James, and you're a huge inspiration to me, and just how mentally and physically strong you are. I think about things all the time, like if I had to go through half the stuff that you've been through in your life, I don't know how I would handle it. And you've obviously done an amazing job at raising two boys basically all on your own, and worked since you've been like 13 years old, and you've done nothing but work and raise me and James to the best of your ability. And I can't thank you enough. I respect you tremendously, and this one small gift here doesn't repay you by any means. I'm just doing this to show you that I do love you and I do respect you, and I do want the best for you out of life. I just want you to truly be happy, and hopefully start living a little bit easier of a life from here on out. And I know back in June you went to rehab for alcohol, and it's now December, obviously, so 6 months later, and that just takes a lot of courage to admit to yourself that you have a problem, and that you really need outsiders to help you overcome what you're going through. So that to me means a lot, that you took the step to admit yourself in to rehab. So and there for a while you were doing excellent. You were doing amazing. You didn't have a drop of alcohol for, I want to say, like a month and a half or something like that. You were absolutely killing it. And I know here lately you've started drinking a little bit more, and but there, right before you went in, it was just so eye-opening, because you went to the hospital, or you called me from the hospital. I was in Terre Haute at home, and you called me, and you had a .33 in your system, and for you to be talking to me perfectly fine on the phone. And once I got there, I got off the phone with you and drove to Indianapolis. Right when I got off the phone with you, it was like 9 o'clock at night on a work night, and once I got there, you looked normal. You were walking fine, and so for you to be talking pretty good and walking pretty good and all that with a .33 in you, that was just so eye-opening for me. And it really crushed me to know that my mom can drink that much and have that much in her body and still be somewhat functional and things like that. So that really crushed me. And yeah, there for a while you were, like I said, you were killing it. You didn't have a single drop of alcohol for a while, and you slowly started drinking a little more. And
obviously I don't approve of that or like that or whatever. I, want you to be the healthiest and happiest you can ever be. But, please just continue working and continue taking care of yourself. I know it's a long journey, and but that's all I can ask. I'm not expecting you to quit 100% or anything like that, or you should never do anything because it's something that I want. Do it because you want it. That's why you were succeeding so much to start with. So I just want to tell you I love you, Mom. I respect you tremendously. Thank you for everything you've done for me to make my life feel like a vacation. You always hid and made things seem as if they weren't as bad as they really were, and I can never pay you back for that. So thank you. I love you. All right, I'm tired of getting all emotional and stuff. I'm tired of the anticipation. I'm ready to give you this vehicle. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Hold up, wait.
James, you're not a good helper.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God, is that the one from Dave?
Yep.
Oh my God. Hang on, take the cheese. Oh my God.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
You like it?
God. It's beautiful.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry
Ain't that nice?
Oh my gosh.
That's why I was trying to tell you to hurry up.
Oh my gosh.
Hope you like it. I think she likes it.
I do. I love it.
All right, that's enough for now.
Look, I have on your dad's leather jacket.
That's
Why I wore
funny.
this today, I don't know, but I wanted him to be a part of it.